Well, let's get a check on the digital asset space now. We see the launch of Japan's first land-backed digital security by Mitsui Digital Asset Management. That marks a major milestone in the evolution of real-world asset tokenization and the convergence of traditional finance as TradFi with blockchain technology. Joining me now is Solomon Amunde, financial market analyst. Hello, Solomon. All right, Solomon, if you can hear me, talk to me about real-world assets, RWAs. We keep hearing about them, and it seems tokenization is becoming a major trend right now in global finance.
Yes, definitely. So tokenization has been a thing for a while, and we can see some countries already adopting it. We can see some firms in Dubai, they're already pushing for tokenization. And just like we saw this morning, a firm in Japan where they decided to tokenize some of their stocks and for investors to actually invest. And we could see that that company is worth over about $55 million. The minimum investment amount is, I think, $650. So tokenization is great. It gives the option of fractional ownership, and it ensures global inclusivity into a particular asset class. And also it creates deep liquidity. So it's one of the easiest way to ensure transparency and also a bridge of physical assets that you can actually feel and touch, like real estate, to the blockchain and give global access and inclusivity for investors.
So how significant is Mitsui Digital's launch of Japan's first land-backed digital security?
I didn't get that. How significant is?
Yeah, Mitsui Digital, the launch of their land-backed digital security. How significant is that right now?
Actually, it shows that there is we have companies that are already adopting this technology. It's quite significant. It's like a first mover advantage. There will always be the first company that would make a move for this. And once it's successful, other companies will start offering those options too for investors. So it's really big. It's huge, especially since this is happening in like a bear market. So it's really, really amazing.
Yeah, and I can imagine, when you invest in this kind of assets, when you have the land and you can actually buy it digitally, I guess that removes the issue of omonile that we have in, this side of the world. So I guess it's real estate, is land backed, at this point. Is there any trade around that?
Well, they are, as long as you have certain investors that own a fraction of a particular property or a piece of land or anything physical that is actually tokenized. As long as you have investors that own a fraction of it, there's actually someone that's always willing to like buy. So we have some platforms that are already spearheading that. We also have, I think, Ondo Finance that has over $500 million worth of assets under their management. And we still have some others too that are also pushing. So I'm very certain that in the next few years, we are still going to have more and more tokenized assets on the blockchain, and would have more investors that would be interacting with these assets.
All right. So another trend I've noticed in the markets, looking at what's playing out on Coin360, we see the likes of Ton. The Ton blockchain seems to be getting a lot of attention these days, and some of those projects, those tap projects that were launched on Ton. What's happening? Is Ton back?
Well, I would say as long as we have the founder of Telegram backing Ton and actively talking about it, we are sure to see that it's going to be a good investment long term, because in the last 7 days to 10 days, we've seen Ton do about 100% move based on an announcement that he made. And I still believe that Ton will still move much, much more. But for the other projects, particularly the meme coins on the blockchain, I wouldn't really advise most persons to like invest in them long term. But for the native token Ton, I think it's worth it. It's 100% worth it to invest in it, because as it is right now, it feels like owning a percentage of Ton is similar to you owning a percentage or a fraction of Telegram. So these are like the areas that people should be looking at it from.
Right.
And Ton also gives like I think currently over 10% return on investment passively. I think currently.
Okay, so some of those projects that have also been rallying alongside Ton, the likes of Dogs. I don't know if Hamster Combat has, had any action lately, but there were a couple of them, that people were tapping to, get, rewarded. Some didn't do well, and some gave them dust. So, do you see maybe the likes of Dogs actually doing something?
Well, most likely long term, dogs can still do maybe 80 to 150%. But honestly, I wouldn't be banking on that. It's much better to put your money in Ton. It's safer, particularly because we are still in a bear market. Very important that people understand that we're still in a bear market. So if BTC should nosedive back to $70,000, most of those memes on the Ton ecosystem that were up 200, 300%, we'll see them move back to negative figures. And you don't want to bet your money on that.
All right. I guess, the tap is off for now. No tapping right now. Thank you so much, Solomon Amunde.
Yeah.
All right. So that's
Thank you
how,
very much.
yeah, that's how major markets are looking again, just like yesterday. Oil is up. Other, asset classes struggling. We'll bring you more updates tomorrow. I'm Ladi Williams. Bye for now.